everyone, this is Godzilla Wolf 1 with a toy review. Today I will be reviewing the Bandai Creations 6.5 inch Godzilla 1954 figure. Now, once more, I got this at that Toys R Us that, well, it's my ideal toy store now, we'll just say that. And I like it. It has the same box as my Godzilla Final Wars here. And that's because they're in the same line of figures. Which if the back of the box, which I'll show you, is to be trusted, I do have all the figures in this particular wave of figures, it would appear. Because I do have all the figures on the back of this box, including Rainbow Mothra. I will be reviewing her soon, once I can get the right sound effects. Anyway, oh, by the way, if anyone has the sound effect, the roars for Mothra, please leave them down there in the comments somewhere, because I seriously need those. Well, tell me you have them, and then PM them to me or something to not getting you in trouble. Anyway, let's get the box out of the way. Sorry! You didn't see anything. Okay. Anyway, here's Godzilla 1954. Hold on. That's better. He's pretty nice. I mean, it's not exact to the suit. The suit's head was a little different. But overall, it's actually pretty nice. I mean, let's get a close-up. Still looks pretty, kind of menacing. I mean, it's not exact. It looks kind of off, but it's bulky like the original suit. That's one thing. Godzilla did a review of this, and I honestly think that he has a separate mold of this than I do, because his does not look anything like mine. I mean, which is weird, but that seems to be the case. Anyway, the articulation, he has arm articulation right here and right there. Kind of problem with sculpt those, because the arm stuff does not line up properly where it connects to the body. That's kind of a downer. It's more prevalent over here because it's more obvious to see, especially when it's like that. But still, not that big of a deal. It's just a little annoying. This arm gets pretty much 360 degrees. This one doesn't. Gets almost 360. Head moves nicely 360. No matter what you'd like to have him do. Tail rotates right there. 360. There's a glue seal right there, which I'm betting, like Godzilla Final Wars has, if you break that, you can rotate it. I don't know how to break glue seals. Embarrassingly so, I do not know how to break a glue seal. Yeah, that's just a problem. Anyway. If anyone knows how to break glue seals, please tell me. Because that's, like, I want to make movies with these things, and if I can have as many articulation points as I can, that'd be great. Anyway, the detail's nice. As you can tell, he's a nice gray and white. The only color really is in the inside of his mouth, which is nice. The inside of his mouth looks nicely done, very menacing. The spines look nice, unlike Godzilla Final Wars over here, where they were like spray painted on. It doesn't really have that look to them here. It looks more like they were painted, which works a lot better, which I like a lot better. Though it doesn't go all the way to the tail tip. You couldn't really tell that they were white in the movie, so very well. So I'm just going to assume that they were, and who knows. Anyway, here's a size comparison. Godzilla Final Wars is a tiny bit shorter. I mean taller, sorry. But he's a lot thinner and more compact than this big guy. Well, you can probably see that better if they're like that. Yeah, this guy is big, bulky, a little stout. but looks a lot more powerful and menacing, especially these big thunder thighs he has. This one, he's kind of more sleek and strong, and he still looks strong. He doesn't look weak to me, but he still looks muscular and stuff, but he's more proportioned, where this guy's all dinosaur bulky and stuff. Anyway, and I do plan on making a movie with these guys fighting each other. Expect it. Anyway, what is my say on Godzilla 1954? Well, overall, I really like it. It's a nice figure, very well done. I like all the articulation. If I can get this glue seal here broken, then it will be nice, because then I'll have a multi-articulate tail, which is always nice. Even still, having a point of articulation at that point in the tail gives you some degree of expressiveness and movement, because you can have his tail like on the ground, even though the spines are no longer there. It still gives you a bit more leeway. I mean, it gives you more movement there, which I like. Anyway, overall, I give it a 4.5 out of 5, mainly because the joints are not nearly as fluid. They're not nearly as, hidden very well as Godzilla Final Wars here, where, in no places do you see the excess plastic just pointing itself out. But other than that, well, and it's not entirely representative of the suit, the head mainly, but overall I really like it, and I recommend it. It's not that expensive if you find it like I did, and overall it's just a good figure. I have nothing bad to say about it. I give it what is due. Plus, it does look pretty awesome on your shelf, especially if you're collecting Godzillas. I only have 2, but if you're a Godzilla fan, and you're collecting Godzilla toys, how can you not have the original that started the whole thing? I mean, some form of this. There are several figures out there. I do believe the one Deadzilla reviewed is different than mine, but they're both Bandai Creations, so I'm not sure. But his looks just different than mine. I don't know why. It's mainly where the arms rotate. The head looks different. I think his has a more closed mouth, and he didn't go over articulation, so I'm not entirely sure. But overall, his just looked different, so that might be a different mold Bandai Creations did. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, there's also the Japanese version if you want that. There are a lot of molds of this guy, so, and if you ultimately can't find one of them, Godzilla Mothra King Ghidorah's Godzilla figure, it's pretty much the original Godzilla anyway, so even though it's not the original character itself, you're still getting the original Godzilla. Anyway, this has been a toy review. I hope you enjoyed it. See you later.